And the mast is up. Okay, now we've got the mast up, and now the next step is to get the mast raising system out of the way. The reason we have to get it out of the way is because that's where the CDI roller furler attaches also. So what we do, we just do a temporary forestay with a main halyard. I'm going to go ahead and take the main halyard and attach down the tow rail on this side over here. And this will give us just a temporary forestay while we attach the CDI roller furler. And it basically just attaches right back here, right on the tow rail. Okay, Rob, go ahead and pull it tight. Okay, I've got the mast secure with the temporary forestay, and now I'm going to go ahead and release the main sheet system that we used to raise the mast with. Rob, go ahead and release the main sheet system nice and easy. Basically what it is just open up the line clutch. That'll release the pressure off of it. Again, I've got this nice and tight, so that's going to be our temporary forestay until we get the CDI roller further attached. Okay, now with this loose, mast is standing nice and tall. I can go ahead and take this off. And Rob, if you could walk the CDI furler for me. And now we're going to go ahead and attach the CDI roller furler. Want to do it, Rob? Go ahead. Again, now when we attach the CDI roller furler, we want to make sure the can is looking out this way for the furling line to come out. So the opening has to be looking off to the port side of the boat. Now I'm just going to hold it steady for Rob while he attaches the pin. Okay, everything's all set. Now Rob's going to go ahead and pin off the CDI roller furler. Okay, at this point the forestay is attached to the stem head plate here. Rob's put in the shackle. And now just for safety measures, we're going to go ahead and put a stainless steel wire. We're going to stainless steel wire, tie it off to make sure the shackle doesn't come loose. Go ahead, Rob. Now with the mast up and everything, I can go ahead and take all my stabilizing kit off. I can take my mast crutch off. I can take my mast stabilizing cables off. I can go ahead and take my gin pole down and take apart my temporary main sheet system here and go ahead and redo the main sheet. Okay, the mast is up, forestay is attached. The temporary forestay can now be taken off. And now we're going to go ahead and start attaching the backstay. Again, we don't need to have the backstays on just because the upper and lower shrouds are swept back and the spreader swept back also. And the mast will stand up just like a tripod. And now at this point, we're going to go ahead and attach the Bimini. Set this up, very simple. We've got the nice feet sitting right on the stern rail. I slip my side in. And Mr. Rob will slip his side in. Okay, then we just expand it out. Yep. Go ahead and pull it forward there. Yeah, Rob. So now we can go ahead and attach the backstay. Now the backstay goes to the witch's hat at the top of the Bimini. And it's a split backstay, so we have turnbuckles on both sides of the transom. Okay, now we're set. We got the backstay up, we got our Bimini up, we got our mast up, you got your forestay up, and now we're going to go ahead and pull our Genoa up. Again, we'll go back to my temporary messenger line. As you can see right here, this is exactly the reason we had the messenger line. Go ahead and pull the Genoa up. So what we're going to do, go ahead and attach the Genoa and go ahead and feed it into the track inside the CDI roller furler, and I'm going to pull it up while Rob feeds it into the track. There you go, Mr. Rob. Pliers on it. Yep. Okay, so now we got the shackle on. I go up to the bow of the boat right up here. Okay, we've got everything all set up. I've got my messenger line. I'm up at the bow of the boat out of the way of Rob. Now Rob, what he's gonna do, all he's gonna do is feed the track of the Genoa into the track of the CDI furler unit. As he lines it up, I'm gonna pull it up. Again, we already have our Genoa sheets attached to the back of the sail, so when it gets up, we can get everything all set. Okay, here we go. Simple as this. Again, I'm just pulling down on this messenger line. Sometimes it'll get outside the track. You have to pull it down a little bit and just realign it. No big deal. And you can see it's a nice breezy day today. Okay, now we got it down, or we got the sail up, got the other side of the halyard down, and now Rob's going to go ahead and tie the temporary messenger line, and then tie it onto the side of the can of the CDI furler, and this will hold the sail up. And simply all he does is just a quick half hitch here. Okay, now on the other side, what Rob's going to do, he's going to go through this ear of the can and then back up through the luff of the sail to pull the luff nice and tight. He's going to do like a go through 1 or 2 times. And each time he goes through, he pulls it tighter and tighter. Give him a good pull. Now he's got the luff nice and tight. He goes ahead and ties it off now. Just a couple half hitches again. And then he ties excess line off here so it doesn't get in the way of the line. Okay, so at this point he's going to go ahead and roll it while I go in the back. Me, Rob. Okay, go ahead. Now what he's going to do is he's going to roll it up so the sun cover is on the outside of it. And again, as he goes, I'm going to pull it tight to make it nice and tight for him. Rolls it a couple times and I give it a yank. Okay, ready, Rob? And every third or fourth roll he stops and I give it a good tug. Just makes it roll tighter. Okay, now he's all the way to the end here. He's going to go around, I like 4 times, 3 or 4 times is plenty. So there's 2, 3, and there's 4. Okay, now at this point I've come forward, I've grabbed a hold of the furler so Rob can go ahead and tie the furling line off into the can. Again, what we do a little trick. We take the coring out of the last about 15 feet of the furler line. What this does, it just makes it roll better, or, you know, inside the can. Go ahead and Rob puts it in on this part. Again, you want to attach this after the Genoa is rolled up, not before. Okay, now Rob just ties off a figure 8 knot up top there. Now Rob goes ahead and goes all the way back to the cockpit where we've got to run all the way down through the side tracks here. Okay, now Rob has gone back into the cockpit and he's going to tie the furling line off to the cleat in the cockpit. The furling line runs down the tow rail here, and I've got 4 blocks that run along the tow rail for the furling line to run through. And Rob goes ahead and ties it off. Once he cleats it off, the furler will be nice, won't unfurl. And then we go ahead and pull the sheets back into the cockpit. He takes one side, I take the other. Again, it goes out to the outside of the spreaders. And it goes through the Genoa block here. And back onto the winches, back to the Genoa winches. Okay, now we're all set to go ahead and attach the boom. We've taken the boom out of the cabin, put it up on top of the back of the Bimini. The back of it sits up here. Now all I do is I pull the pin out of the gooseneck, and I'm just going to line it up and put it through again here on the gooseneck and attach the boom to it. And the pins. And now all I'm going to do is just drop the cotter pin back into the pin here. Spread them. Okay, now the gooseneck's all pinned off. So we can go ahead and attach the lazy jacks. This one we've already done, so the lazy jacks are all run out, and we provide these quick release shackles, so you know, when you set your boat up it'll be just this simple. Grab this side of the lazy jacks, and Rob, if you could lift up more, sir. side's done. Way up high. Okay, go ahead. And again, what this does makes the bag stand up better. And then we can go ahead and go forward here and attach the main sheet so the boom doesn't move around. Now that I got the main sheet system on, I'm going to run the other double-ended side back through the block system back to the cockpit. And it goes back up through here. It goes back to this block here that's alongside the keel winch box. Back through your line organizer. Okay. So I've got to run through the line organizer on top of the deck. Now I'm going to go ahead and run it back up into the cockpit through the line clutch here. This is our double-ended main sheet system. Again, I can pull in from here, or I can loosen up in the clutch here, give myself some line back into the cockpit.